Alright, back in Kichijoji for the Summer Horror Hidden Treasure Festival. Tonight, Lucio Fulci classic, The Beyond. That classic, Summer Flowers. Let's go get our tickets and check it out. Lucio Fulci. Beautiful film. I should have studied the Italian. It's gory. But you can definitely see the thing like, well, I mean, nowadays, beautiful blind woman screaming for help because what happened to the dog? I really gotta recommend it. Just at least a little bit of some. Yeah, take care of yourself. Thanks again. Summer flowers and the sound of summer cicadas. It is a perfect time for a horror movie. Let's go. Alright, back in Kichijoji. Yep, for the Summer Horror Hidden Treasure Festival. Tonight is able to get off work in time for the final film for this evening's menu, being Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, Southern Gothic horror classic. So yeah, let's go get our tickets and check it out. Alright, with trust and gratitude preceding the receiving is able to make it in time for the Natsu no Hora Hiho Matsuri 2022. And final show of the evening, Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. It's a time to grab our seats and enjoy the festivities. Let's proceed. Time to go in. Alright, just finished watching The Beyond, Lucio Fulci, and I think this title, The Beyond, is very befitting of the film, especially the ending. I mean, I think this is what I think this film is basically what Marvel was hoping Multiverse of Madness would have been. It is maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but I think again just a very beautiful film. Actually, it's Lucio Fulci. I mean, only Lucio Fulci can do something like this. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, The Beyond by Lucio Fulci. I should have studied the Italian title for this film because just everything in Italian sounds phenomenally amazing. But I think I read that another title for the film was Seven Doors of Death. Hard to really kind of like discern in the film like the seven doors, but you take a look at Multiverse of Madness, for example. It has that whole kind of like, close the door, open the door, end up somewhere else. Close the door, open the door, end up somewhere else. definitely has that type of narrative, or that kind of like narrative device. But wow, it just really leads to madness. And I think, speaking of madness, let's go down Harmonica Street here in Kichijoji. Pretty much, the whole open the door and end up somewhere else. This film isn't really so much about plot. It's more about that kind of visceral experience of, in this case, the title of the film, Beyond. It's just pretty much pure madness in this film. But the design of the madness is just beautiful. I mean, holy cow. It's bloody, it's gory, it's, primal fear. It's, everything you pretty much want in a horror movie. So Lucio Fulci's done it again. Fantastic. Or did it again. I mean, old film. But you can definitely see the influence it had on someone like Sam Raimi. Lighting, camera angles, color choices, gore. There's definitely one scene in that film where I just was like, just beyond amazed at how like strange and beautiful and bizarre, but just this kind of like master craftsman. Just, oh man, like, when you try to make something, a song or a story or a painting, and you're just so into the zone of, that creative process, and that this one scene in the film, you could just really feel that the creator, let's use another, the creator just really, just he's like, the individual is not there. It's just the process of creation. And so, I gotta tell you about this scene. It's oh wow, it's just I've never seen anything like. Well, I mean, nowadays, you see it copied left, right, and center, but nothing beats the original. And I think in this film, wow, it's just it's a trip. It's a trip. Okay, so basically, in the scene, we're not introduced, but earlier in the film, we're introduced to this strange woman. She's got this this beauty about her, but at the same time, her eyes are completely white, and she's this enigmatic, beautiful blind woman in the deep south here. Oh, in the film, not here, but. And so she has a sense of kind of like, the ghosts, not just in the hotel, but in the town. And so she goes home. She has her seeing eye dog, a German Shepherd, big German Shepherd. And then, of course, she's blind, so she doesn't need to switch on any lights. But it's lit with that kind of, romantic horror lighting. I'm going to put those two words together, even though they're kind of like juxtaposed. But I think it just fits the whole scene, that juxtaposition. So when this blind woman, her name is Emily, shows up, returns home with her seeing eye dog, all of the, not all, but was there 3 or 4 zombies end up inside her living room. and they're just surrounding her, and she, even though she can't see them, she can totally sense their presence. And then then here's where all the kind of juxtaposition and the kind of like madness of all these things that are diametrically not opposed to each other, but they do show different spectrums of one thing. Like, I mean, for example, you have the Emily, the blind woman, and her eyes completely white, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, maybe to some people not so beautiful, but I found her very beautiful. But at the same time, she's eerie and she's, really spooky. So she's just screaming for help because, all the zombies have surrounded her in her own home. She's screaming for help. And, the camera's like just right in her face. Harsh lighting and harsh shadow. And it is spooky. But it's also very beautiful. Just to kind of, not the situation is beautiful, but just the visual is beautiful. So you got this juxtaposition of eerie and beautiful put together. And you're just kind of like frozen. And I think, other than maybe makeup special effects for her eyes, there's no other special effects. So I mean, it's not the special effects that grab your attention, but the combination of these two things that are juxtaposed, working together to make this scene just fantastic. I mean, it's just tremendous. But also in the scene, I mean, her seeing eye dog comes to her defense, and he's attacking the zombies. And, it's just this bloody battle, beast versus beast. And then suddenly it's silent. And it's like, oh no, what happened to the dog? What happened to the dog? But the dog comes back into screen. And he's like, oh, what a relief. Like, he's alive and he saved Emily. And so just that feeling of relief. And, this beautiful woman just crouched in the corner, and her seeing eye dog, her protector, returns to her, and just that feeling of relief. And then all of a sudden, the dog just attacks her by the neck and starts just tearing the flesh off her neck and off her face, and her ear comes out, and blood is like gushing out. It's just this. If you like, really gory horror movies, just glorious collection of, blood and gore. But I think just that kind of director's touch of directing the audience's kind of like emotions and sense of security and so on. I mean, it's just you totally use this scene from the Beyond as an example to teach future filmmakers how to use that juxtaposition, how to use duality, different ends of the spectrum together to really kind of hold the audience's attention and just make this fantastic experience in the theater. Horror and beauty, relief, shock. Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. What a fantastic film. I mean, I really gotta recommend it. Thumbs up, hands up, drinks up. Great film. Fantastic. Gosh, I was so amazed by the coming out of the film. I forgot to give just at least a little bit of a synopsis of what the film The Beyond is pretty much about. So we have our main character Lisa, who has inherited a hotel in southern United States. The film is a Southern Gothic film. So Lisa has inherited this hotel with a really, really dark and sinister past. And so when she goes to the hotel to fix it up and put it back on its feet and, you know, start this new life that she's left New York for, that's when all the secrets are unearthed. Yeah, all the secrets are unearthed, and there's a lot more to the hotel than anyone could possibly imagine. And I'll just leave it at that. It's a really good film. Just forget about a linear story. Forget about a story based on retribution or justice. It is just a film about the experience of madness. I mean, yeah, watching this film, it's just about experiencing madness. So, yeah, it's Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. Check it out. I think hopefully you'll feel as just amazed by this cinematic work of, dare I say, art. It's a movie. It's the 80s, so very different time of film in cinema, where they really were very creative, forging new ground and trailblazing a path for filmmakers following them. So yeah, thanks for listening. And festival is coming to an end this week as I film it, so got just maybe one or two more films left. So take care of yourself. Thanks again.